Wonderful good evening to everybody and a warm welcome to our webinar by Admiral Markets, Master the Markets. It's a great pleasure for me to hold this webinar, and thanks to my colleague from Admiral Markets to open this webinar. Today we have to avoid to the webcam because I'm not at home. I'm in my hotel in Stuttgart because I'm here for the next fair. Invest here in Stuttgart, and so I'm in a hotel right now, and I hope the internet connection is as stable as possible so we can make this webinar. Maybe you can give me a short hint if you can hear my voice, and if you have a screen Master the Markets, please type it quickly in the chat box if you can hear me, if technically is everything fine. Vincenzo, very much, thank you very much. You can hear me and you can see very great. Okay guys, then let's start with our webinar Master the Markets. Like every Wednesday, we want to close a little bit the gap between theory and practice, and we want to go through our markets and if we can see some new trading chances for this day. Okay. First of all, we have to start with the risk disclaimer. You know, trading with financial instruments offered by Admiral Markets carries a high level of risk, which is not suitable for all investors due to their complex nature. So before entering to client agreement or making a transaction, please make sure to read the terms and conditions of our service. And the information is not directed as residents of the United States, Belgium, or any particular country, and is not intended for distribution to or use by any person in any country or a jurisdiction where such distribution or use would be contrary to local law or regulation. So this is since August last year, almost 1 year ago, we have the new regulations between between retail clients and professional clients. And in this webinar, every Wednesday evening, we use remote trading accounts where all clients could still use a high leverage in a risk-free environment. Before opening a live trading account, please consider the differences between retail and professional clients. This is the difference, and that's your options between retail and professional clients, and why you have to choose Admiral Markets, because we have the best index offerings, index and in euro, of course, and one world global offers. You can choose Admiral Markets almost in every country around that world. And this is my trading approach, which we want to have a look through the markets or at the markets. You know, success is not a fantasy, it's a formula. And with this trading approach, it is as easy as possible to make a trade, because we want to make trades by a trend, and we want to make sure that we come out of the correction, because we have a high probability of almost 72% that the trade will be a winner. And that's the rules we follow in every trade. We never want to, or we never break the rules. Only under these circumstances, you will never break the rule. You have the how should I say, you have the guarantee to be successful in trading. But at that moment, you break your rules. Maybe you must use my rules, but you need any rules for your own trading. But always, if you can make sure that you stick to your rules, you have the guarantee that you can be successful in trading. So that's the same rules we use in my trading service called the Know-how family, and everybody has the possibility to apply to this Know-how community, because we want to make trades together, not only in this one webinar of Admiral Markets. So rule number 5 to 7 describes where we are in the market, if we are inside or outside of the fair value zone. Then the Fibonacci rules and the market profile shows us where we can place our target. And of course, rule number 7, the big picture. In our case, it's the daily chart must support us. There we use 3 templates, trend, a divergence, or a great support or resist. And rule number 1 to 4 describes how we can get into a trade. So rule number 1 is the most important rule. You need a trend. No trend, no trade. Then the majority of the trend must maximum 4 trend arms. Then we want to make trades out of the correction. That means we need a correction at least 38% Fibonacci measures of the last movement. And rule number 4, if we have the price inside of the correction, we have to wait for the rebound, and for that we use balance candles of Heikin Ashi. So with that in our mind, we switch to the chart, and we want to start with the working trades right now, because you see I have my team viewer here open because I'm in a hotel right now. So, and maybe you have to switch sometimes the charts. Okay, if you have any questions, Henrik, great welcome to this webinar as well. If you have any question, please type it in the question box or in the chat box so I can see it, and my colleague of Admiral Markets as well, because there's no secrets in trading. We can talk about everything. Okay, we want to start with our working trades, and first of all, it's always the same Aussie Swiss franc in daily chart, and you can see almost we see a trend continuation to the upper side is more likely than a trend break. And yes, of course, the expert advisor draws a downtrend, but I want to show you what I see and why I am long engaged in that trade, because this is movement, correction, then the movement. Oh, here we are. Then here the movement, and then the correction. You can see we didn't have a close below because below that last 0.3 here. We tried to break the trend, but it didn't work. So the trend is almost valid. So that's the reason why I count on that we have a trend continuation to the upper side. So at the moment, you can see we have the next balance candle. This is a balance candle today. Maybe it will end like a balance candle here because the day is not over, you know. But with that is maybe it's a new signal. Then we can expect that the trend continuation to the upper side is more likely than a trend break. So if you are not engaged in that trade in the daily chart, maybe it's a new trading chance for the hourly chart, because then you have the template in daily chart number 1, because you have a trend and we come out of the correction up to the upper side back to the point of control. And with this in our mind, we can choose to the daily to the hourly chart here, and here you can see it's not really possible to start a new trend. Why not? Because we don't have a clear trend right now. So at that moment, look at this one. I will draw it for you. You can see we have movement, we have the correction, but at that moment we don't have a close below that 0.2. So maybe the trade, the candle will close or will show us a close below the last 0.3 here. Then we can expect we have a trend, because no trend, no trade. And then at the next correction, when the next correction will end here or will end here at the point of control with a balanced candle, like, let's see, like this one. This is a balanced candle like this one. If we will see like a balanced candle like this one in the next correction at the point of control here, then we can expect, and then we can speculate on a trend continuation to the upper side. So, and for that, that's the reason why you should take it on why you should put it on your watch list. You Aussie Swiss franc here in this case. So say put it on your watch list. And you can see we have another working trade. This is Euro Swiss franc. Maybe you remember that we talked about that last week on Wednesday, because look at this one in Euro Swiss franc in daily chart. And you know, we said if we have a stabilization here at that support here, and the seasonal shows us slightly upward facing prices, then we can wait for a long trade in the hourly chart, because here's a great support in daily chart. And here in hourly chart, look at this one. Here we are, and here the expert advisor made this trade automatically. So let me draw it for you that you can follow my thoughts here, because I follow my rules every time. I never break the rules. So this was the expert advisor movement, correction. After that movement, we had a stable and valid trend. And then you can see there was the correction. And you can see the correction ends at the red line, means the 61%. And you know, one of our rules, where is placed our target? Red to red, blue to blue, green to green. And you could see in the first step, the correction ends here. And at that moment, it was really clear that we have a first target here. And you see, there was the balance candle here right now, 1, 2, 3 in the row. And now we were inside in that trade. We started a trade exactly above the last balance candle. So the trade started, and what happened then? That's really important right now. So you can see after that, the price, the trade started, and then the price declines sharply to the lower side. And we, in that moment, look at this one, in that moment, we had a correction to black. And that means that my first target wasn't longer placed at red to red. We have to switch it from red to black, because the correction extended to the black line to the lower side. And that means we have to take our target closer to the current price. And now the first target is placed here, exactly black to black. And that's the reason. Now you see, we have a trade, we have a current price current here right now. And now we have to, let's see, we have to sell the half of the position. I will do it with you together. So let's see, maybe we'll this one. And so let's sell half of the position, or a little bit of that position. So now we are safe. We sold a little bit of our position, not exactly the half, one micro lot we sold right now, and now we are safe. Look at this one. Now we are safe. And what do you do now? And that's really important, because it's for your mental fitness. You feel you are a winner because you reached your first target. That's really important. You reached your first target, and always, that's a rule, always at the first target, you sell half of the position because you feel good and you are out of the risk. That's really important. You are out of the risk. And at that moment, if we will see a trend continuation, we can trail our stop to the next 0.3, which means here at 1.1185, here at that point. And what we do now, guys, we never intervene into the trade, never. Now we let the market decide what will happen in the future. Now we let the market decide how much money we will get. So we sold the profitable position, and now we have to wait in calmness and really quiet, and we wait to the market, no more, no less. And you will see, guys, you will more often surprised how much money the market is able to give you, but only if you learn to never intervene into a trade. So that was the two working trades we have here in our chart. And now let's figure out what kind of trades you can make to the next 5 or 7 days. And in that working style, we go through our list here on the left side. You can see it here on the left side. We want to go through that list, and we want to open a daily chart first, because the daily chart must give us how should I say, a support, like a trend, like a divergence, or like a support or great resist. And then if we have their support, we can switch to the hourly chart. So let's start with Aussie Canadian dollar. Of course, a new window we have to open, daily chart first of all, then my template here. So here we are. Look at this one, Aussie Canadian dollar. Aussie Canadian dollar shows us a trend. So a little bit more bigger. So look at this one. We have a trend here. So let's see. I will draw it for you. Maybe here. Let's start here. Movement, correction, movement. And now we are in the correction. And today it looks like we will end with a balance candle. Okay, it's a red body. That's not the best situation, but it's like a balance candle. So, and you can see the seasonal shows us a slightly or a little bit soft falling prices here, but that's not the point. So we see a trend, we are on the correction, maybe we'll see a stabilization here around the so come on. Okay. So I have to do that. Okay, just a moment, please. I get now here we are. Yes, so here we go. So come on, please. Okay, that's the bad internet connection here in the hotel. But as long as you can hear me, everything is fine. Okay, let's open next chart here. Okay, yes, now it works. So hourly chart. So let's see here, hourly chart. Here we are. So and here you can see we don't have a trend to make a trade. Why not? It's out of our rules. You can see we don't have a long trade because in like our daily chart, we have a support. We want to go long up to the point of control. But as you can see in our hourly chart, we don't have a trend right now. And without the trade, with trends, we cannot make a trade. And additionally, we are within the red zone, and it's forbidden to make trades within the red zone. Okay, so we have to switch to the next one, Aussie Japanese yen in daily chart first of all. So you see same situation, we see a stabilization here around about that point here. We are the green zone, that's very good. So we have space to go up to the point of control. So that's a great support here. We can expect that we can think about a long trade in the hourly chart. So let's see what we have here. Oh, that's bad. Because look at this one. We want to go long and we are in the upper green zone. The point of control is placed below of the current price. So it's forbidden to make a long trade in the upper green zone. So because if you have a price in the upper green zone, you want to go short to the point of control, but a short trade would be against or contrary to the daily chart, and that's not the best point. So forget it and switch to the next trading to the next chart. So Aussie New Zealand dollar. Look at this one. So here we are. We don't have a trend. We don't have a divergence. And you see, we are, how should I say, very close to the point of control, to the point of low. So basically, we are in a good situation because we are in the green lower zone. But we are very close to the point of low. And at that moment, maybe you can write it for you down as a advice from my side to you. If you have a price very close to the point of low and you come from below, then it means the point of flow is a resist. So wait, if we will have a falling price, we will come a little bit down, and we can have a power for the next movement, but not yet. Just wait some days, not yet. Okay, next point, US dollar, Aussie US dollar. So you can see, interesting situation. We talk about the a support here exactly at that point in the green zone. So that means we can think about a long trade in the hourly chart. So switch and hourly chart in Aussie US dollar. But here we go. We are within the red zone. Of course, we have a trend, but we are very, very, very far away from a correction at least. And you can see the last correction ran almost 22%, but we need about our rule 38% of correction. Now we have a trend continuation. That means I'm within the red zone, and there is no possibility to make a trade for us. So forget it. Next one, Canadian Swiss franc. So here we are in daily chart, of course. Now come on. So let's see. Here we are. So first of all, you can see a downtrend, and it's a no-go. We have a price within the red zone. Don't think about that. Forget it. No trading chance there. Then Canadian Japanese yen, same situation. It's an unclear situation here, and it's a no-go. We are within the red zone. No trading idea there. No trading chance there. Switch to the next one. Don't waste time with that. Swiss franc, Japanese yen, same situation. We had a rebound at the point of low, but we are within the red zone. That means no trading chance for us there. And now we come to a very interesting situation in DAX. Maybe you are a DAX trader, and maybe you remember I told you, I've been telling you since weeks that we have a great chance that the price will go back to the point of control, 12,220 points. Look what happened right now. We have a trend. We saw the stabilization at the point of flow, and now we are strictly on track back to the point of control. Today we have another strong day. Maybe we won't reach the point of control during 2 or 3 days. Maybe we will see a correction before, but the probability is very, very high that we will reach the point of control. Do you remember what I told you the last weeks? The probabilities are very, very high that we will reach that point. But for a trade, it's too late because we are very far in the move. In our chart, we are very, very far in a green upper zone. But you can see one point, what I tell you, every week, the 3 T's, trust the trend. Can you see it? It's trading is at itself. It's so easy, guys. It's really, really easy. Trust the trend and trust the price. No more, no less. But for us, nothing to do index right now. It's only just a trend, no more, less, no more, no less. So switch to the next one, Euro against Aussie dollar. So you see where we are in a little bit downtrend, and maybe we have a stabilization here. So let me draw it for you in here. So, and here you can see this stabilization here at that point, but it's within the red zone, and that means I wouldn't make a trade there because we don't have. Okay, we have a stabilization. We can see a support, but it's in the red zone, within the red zone, and I need a price exactly at the point of control, a stabilization there, and then I can think about a long trade. So wait for it, wait for that price, and let's switch to the hourly chart. So let's see here. And you can see we don't have a trend right now. We have to wait, but if we will see a little bit lower prices, and then we can see a trade or a trend, and then we can think about that. So maybe put it on your watch list, Euro, Aussie dollar for the next day. Maybe we will see a trade opportunity for make a long trade there. So next one, Euro, Canadian dollar. First of all is at the daily chart. So what can we see? Where we are. Look at this. We don't have a trend. We are within the red zone. Forget it. No trading chance. Euro, Swiss franc, we don't talk about that because we have a work and trade rare. Then Euro, British pound. Look at this one. Always. This is your working style. So where we are. Okay, you see, maybe we have a stabilization there, support here around about that. Look at this one. Maybe here at that point. Here we see a stabilization. But at the same time, you can see the seasonals, we are a little bit facing downwards here. And I guess we have to wait if we see a little bit more stabilization here at around about that point here. So put in your watch list, and maybe we have to switch to the hourly chart. But as you can imagine, if we can have strong red candles in daily chart, where should the price in hourly should be? Of course, it only can be here. So we are on the red zone. We don't have a right trend. We have correct trend here right now. So we are within the red zone. So no trading chance for this for the next week. So forget it. Next one, Euro, Japanese yen. So what do you see? First of all, you see a downtrend, and the next one you see it's a no-go. You are within red zone. Forget it. No trading chance there. Euro, New Zealand dollar is next one. Same situation. You have a trend. You have a short trend, but the point of control is placed above of you of the current price, and we are in the red zone. Within the red zone, forget it. It's a no-go. It's against the rules. We never break the rules. Next one, Euro, US dollar. That's a special price, but you can see we are within a red zone. So no trading chance there. No trades within the red zone. British pound, Aussie dollar. So where we are, you have to ask first of all, where are you in the chart? So just a moment, please. Where are you in the chart? So here we are. Here we go. So you see, we have an uptrend. I think this is really clear. We were in the correction. Now we have to start the next movement, but, and that's the no-go, we are within the red zone. Don't waste time with such pictures. There's no trading ID there. Next one, British pound, Canadian dollar. So you see a similar situation because you have an uptrend, but you are in a correction. But where are you right now? Within the red zone. Look at this one. You are within the red zone. Maybe the next trading chance will be if the price will go up at the next resist, then we can think about a short trade, but not yet. Use the next one, British pound, Swiss franc. So if you can see like my trading setup, my trading or my working style, that's a better word, the working style, you can see I use templates. It's always the same. And with templates, your trading is really, really easy because you use these templates and you hold it on your chart and you can see, okay, it fits, and you can make your trade. If it doesn't fit, you have no permission to make a trade. And I can always say the same, never break the rules. That's your only chance to become successful in trading. So British pound, Swiss franc, you see we have a stabilization, how should I say here, at the point of control. There was two balance candles, and now we have rising prices here. So with this in our mind, maybe based on that rebound exactly at the point of control, that's the only exception where we can make trades and we can see a trend and we can see a stabilization in the correction at the point of control. With this in our mind, let's choose to the hourly chart, and I put in a chart here, right now, British pound, Swiss franc. So here we are. Look at this, where we are here. So maybe we have a trend. Let me draw it for you. So let's see. I need this arrow, the green arrow. So look, I will draw it for. Look at this one. This is the trend. Movement, correction, movement. But the correction stopped before the point of control. That's really important. We stopped before we reached the point of control, and it's not allowed. You have no permission to make trades within the red zone. Only if you will see a correction which ends exactly at the point of control, then it's allowed to make a trade here up from there, but not yet. So that means don't waste your time with such pictures. It's against the rules. Next one, British pound, Japanese yen. So here we are. So we have an uptrend. We saw the last correction, and now we are at the point of control right now. That means a trend continuation is more likely than a trend break. So we can see the stabilization below or at the moment exactly at the point of control. Now with that picture, we can think about a long trade in the hourly chart. So British pound, Japanese yen. That's wrong. So here, British, yes, here we are. So now you can see it's not allowed. And we have no permission because we are within the red zone. Only we will have a price. We will have a price at the point of control, like this one, like in the daily chart. Then yes, but here we are. Here we are within the red zone, and we need a deep correction back to the point of control. Then it would work that we can make a long trade, but not yet. Maybe we can think about next week. So, and this is the working style we trade in our How family. Every day we make such trading ideas. We work on webinars every week. I make 7 webinars if I'm at home, 7 webinars in my How family. We have every day 2 webinars in the morning and in the evening. Tomorrow morning, always in the morning, we prepare our trades in 5-minute chart, in 1-minute chart, in hourly chart. And we talk about it in the evening, and we make repeatings about the trading day. And that's the point why all my clients are successful due 1 year. It's a guarantee that they are successful due 1 year, because I encourage all my clients very, very close, like a mentor, like a strictly coach, because we don't have to waste time and money, of course. And this is our working style. We make every day, once a week, always Mondays for swing traders or part-time traders in daily and hourly chart. Like this one we make here at Admiral Markets on Wednesday evening. We did it in Monday to prepare the market for the week. And every day, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we make it in the morning for hourly chart and a 5-minute chart. So only for your information, if you ask what we do in our How family, it's like an education, very close, very, very close, and very strictly education, because it's the only way to be successful and to become a successful trader. Believe me, I made this job since 20 years right now. So next one, British pound, US dollar. Here we are. Where we are, you have to ask where we are. We are at the point of control. So you see the stabilization with the balance candles below the point of control. Now, today we have uprising prices. Right now, we can continue to the upper side. Let's see where we are in the hourly chart. Oh, come on, that's the wrong button here. with the touchpad on the iMac, with the MacBook Pro, it's hard without the mouse. So here we are. You can see we are within the red zone. Forget it. It's over. Forget it. Don't think about that. Gold in daily chart. First of all, oh, that's great. That's great. Look at this one. Exactly stabilization at the point of control. Or maybe today we can see a balance candle. That's a great chance for a trade in hourly chart, only if our rules fit there. Only if our rule fits there. So here we are. Not really, not yet. Wait, put it on your watch list maybe the next day. So let me draw it for you. First of all, we need a trade with a trend. We don't have a trend right now. We see this movement, that correction, and next we need the next movement with a close below the last point 2 here. That means here, that means painted here. Here, a close below that point 2. Then the next correction down to the point of control, then a stabilization there, and then we can think a long trade. So, but maybe it's a great opportunity for the next days. Gold, put it on your watch list, please. Next one, New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar. First of all, daily chart. So what we have here, okay, maybe you see a stabilization same at the point of control. It seems like a support here. So that's a big chance to see in hourly chart. So let's see in hourly chart. So what we see here in hourly chart. Not a trend. Do you see a trend? No, you don't. So no trend, and sure, yes. Without the trend, we cannot make a trade. Forget it. Next one. New Zealand Swiss franc. Yes, here we are. Swiss franc. Daily chart, of course. That's a great idea. Look at this one. We see a stabilization at the point of low. Maybe the next day is a balance candle. Then we can think about a long trade in hourly chart, because we see a support in daily chart. Here we are. It's a short trade here, right? It's a short trend right now, but I can see a little bit different. So let's see let me draw what I see with my little bit more experienced eyes. This one, movement, correction, then wait for the next movement, and then a correction down to the point of low, and then we can think about that. Maybe it's a great idea for the next days. So put it on your watch list, New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. And then, of course, about the rules we talked about at the start, at the beginning of our webinar. So that was wrong. Okay, that was also wrong. So, here are symbols. Here we are. So next one, Japanese yen, New Zealand Japanese yen. First of all, a daily chart. You see, it's always the same. It's really easy. No, we are within the red zone. Forget it. No trading chance there. New Zealand US dollar. The really good idea, because we are in a green zone. The green zone means we have space to go up to the point of control. And at the moment, maybe we can see a great support here at that moment. That means we can think about a long trade in the hourly chart. So let's see, hourly chart, where we are, bad, really bad. We are within the red zone, but maybe we can see a trend. Can you see this well with your eyes? Let me draw it for you. Is this one movement, correction, very far in the move. And if the price will come back to the point of low and will show us a balanced candle here, then we can think about a long trade to the upper side. Maybe we will see that through that week, maybe. So put it on your watch list. Maybe we can see it. So last one, we use Brent, the oil in daily chart. Of course, I guess today I need a little bit more time, some minutes. Okay, we are in a long trend, forget it, and we are within the red zone, forget it. So use Dow Jones. Okay, we are on the upper green zone. We have a long trend, and we need a short trend to go back to the point of control. But maybe you remember I told you, even we are in the green zone, a trend continuation is always more likely than a trend break. Can you see it? Am I right? You can see it. It's not about me, it's about the market, guys. Trust the trend. So, US dollar, Canadian dollar, within the red zone, forget it. US dollar, Swiss franc, there we are, within the red zone, maybe a little bit stabilization at the point of control. That means you can think about in hourly chart. Let's see, hourly chart, see where we are. Okay, within the red zone, forget it. Can you see it? You are within the red zone, forget it. Makes no sense. And last but not least, US dollar, Japanese yen, where we are in daily chart, of course. First of all, you look at the daily chart. Oh, we are within the red zone. Nothing to do. Okay, guys, that's all. That was market preparation for that week. So now we choose New Zealand US dollar long, New Zealand Swiss franc also long, and of course Euro, Aussie dollar long. Wait for a trend. Gold maybe we'll see a trend. Then we can think about the long trend here, and that's all. So I hope you saw it in the same way and you extend your watch list for the next days. And next Wednesday we can think and we can talk about what we did in the last days. Thanks, guys, for your understanding that I'm in a hotel and must work without a cam today. I hope you could hear everything and you could see everything in the chart. Thanks to my colleague from Admiral Markets to open this webinar. I wish you now a great evening. And of course, let me tell you something to you, at least at the end of this webinar. Please always stick to the rules. Don't waste time with seeking for the Holy Grail. There doesn't exist a Holy Grail. Only rules and discipline will help you to become a successful trader. And with this now in mind, guys, be careful about your thoughts, because they are the beginning of all your acts and deeds. Thanks for listening and thanks for your attention. Have a nice day and a nice evening. Bye-bye.